aga, mayad nga agahon. Coming to you live from Numancia, Aklan in Western Visayas in the Philippines. I'm having my morning cup of coffee, in my coffee with Gino cup here. My Copico Blanca. Copico Blanca is my choice of 3-in-1 coffee here. Coffee, cream, and sugar, all in one. And it's in powder form. I just put it in my cup, put hot water in it, and it's a nice cup of coffee here. And then I also have this Coffee Mate French vanilla cream. I got this at SNR in Iloilo City on our last trip there. I'm just gonna make sure. I see myself here. I see myself on my laptop here. Good thing. Good thing. I just want to make sure. It is still raining here in Numancia. It just started actually. It had stopped when I woke up this morning, and I just noticed it started again. But just light rain. No longer the winds. I don't see the winds anymore. Everything looks calm. We are still in signal number 1 because the Typhoon Uwan, it became a super typhoon. It made landfall at Aurora, Baler area in Luzon about 9 p.m. last night. Weekend when it hit land to a typhoon category, but still a lot of areas were hit with signal number 5, the highest category here as far as typhoon and winds. Until this morning, there are still places that are under signal number 4. Currently, I'm looking at the windy app here. It has passed through the Philippines already. It's right outside La Union, the area of La Union, western side of Luzon. It's in the waters now, so it's no longer in the land mass of the Philippines. It's now waters leaving the land mass in the Philippines. Right there, Pangasinan area, La Union, that area. Still rain on those areas. Some of it still signal number 4. And then many areas, I think including, hey Ray in the Philippines, my good friend in Tagaytay. I think you guys, Ray, are signal number 3, I think. So you might be experiencing rain in your area also, Ray. I'm sure you'll let me know. Ray. Ray in the Philippines, that's his YouTube channel also. If you want information about Tagaytay, he's local. He's a local now in Tagaytay. So he's starting to vlog the area. If you're interested in Tagaytay, Ray is a good person to talk about. He does live streams evening time, usually 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. is his live stream time. But he also does random live streams when he's out and about in Tagaytay. Good morning, mate. Good morning, mate. There's my good friend Ryan. He's back. He's in Calibo now, I think. Last time I checked, he was in Rojas City. He's been doing the Panay Loop on his motorbike. Yesterday, Ryan told me he rode from San Jose Antique and he rode to Rojas City 7 hours on his motorbike. I was like, man, that's a marathon ride on a motorbike. I could never do that. I could never do that. You know, it's like I might last 2 hours on a motorbike. And today is supposed to be the motorbike delivery today. Dazzle's Honda Click. She's been it's a 2024 Honda Click, 7,000 kilometers on the Honda Click, and we're paying 50,000 pesos cash. So that's about, I would say, $900 for pretty new, looks really nice. So the guy's actually gonna deliver it here. I think he's from Malay. Malay is actually where Dazzle's was born and raised, went to high school. So would not surprise me if Dazzle even knows this person, or they know common people in Katiklan. But it's raining, so but I'm sure he'll deliver it to us today because I'm sure he's eager to sell it. So I'm gonna film it. I'm gonna film the motorbike, and I'm gonna film the process of transferring the title over to Dazzle. We'll have to go to an attorney's office, sign a bill of sale, and then the process at the land transportation office. That way you can see. The advantage of buying a used one instead of a new one is it still has 3 years registration. So the gentleman, he bought the bike in 2024. So until 2027, good registration with the LTO. Just need the name change over to Dazzle. Another advantage is it already has a license plate. If you try to get a license plate here at the land transportation office, it can be a nightmare. It took me like a day and a half to get a license plate. And that license plate that got issued to me, it took like 9 years for me to actually have a plate. I had a temporary plate on Bumblebee, our tricycle, for like 9 years. Finally, this year, I have a metal plate, official Philippine motorcycle metal plate. So the advantage, this motorbike will have a metal plate. So looks like the Typhoon Uwan is heading out the Philippines. So more likely by this evening, it could be out of the Philippine area of responsibility, but it's still gonna cause rain for most of the day for sure. That's why there's no school today for Liana, no school for Liana tomorrow also. They will not resume school here until Wednesday. Rain stopped here. Still windy. All right. Yeah, I was watching Ray's live stream yesterday afternoon, evening time, and you can hear the wind howl. You know, I even asked Ray, is that the wind howling? Because you can hear it in the background, like, you know, steady howling of strong winds in Tagaytay. Hey everyone, Sam Gloves. Your glove friend is here. All right, Sam Gloves. Good to see you on the live stream, my friend. Lynn's family safe in Mindoro. So that's good. All right, good to hear. Good to hear. And that was I was going to report this morning. Of course, unfortunately, there's always fatalities with these typhoon. Two so far that I see in the news. So, but 2 is, man, for a super typhoon, the amount of rain and wind that it came in strong in Catanduanes and then Aurora province. I think what saved the Philippines from more casualties or fatalities was the amount of people that evacuated. I was reading in the news earlier, over 1 million people evacuated to evacuation centers. So that's a great thing. That's a good thing that people evacuated, because I think Filipinos, the minute they hear super typhoon, that makes them evacuate, because most people here has been through a super typhoon, 2013 Yolanda, 2019 Ursula. So the minute people hear super typhoon, it makes them evacuate quicker, because we do get a lot of typhoons. I mean, this is number 21 for the year. But the minute that word super typhoon, man, it's like everybody, most people, 1 million went to evacuation centers. I was watching on my big screen TV earlier. There's like just a swarm, just like super crowded in the evacuation centers. But they're feeding the people. I see them passing rice and meat, some that lugaw. I mean, at least there's like tons of people, overcrowding in a lot of the shelters that they created. Peanut Butter Travels, all right, here, thank you. Yo, Tim, my good friend in Las Vegas. Yo, Gino. All right, thank you, Tim. Good AM, Gino fam, and the Panay Posse. All right, wearing my Panay Posse shirt, man. I got my Panay Posse shirt. Fortune, good morning, Fortune. No more rain and wind here. We are good. Good to hear. Good to hear. Fortune messaged me earlier, and we've been texting back earlier this morning already. The rain just stopped, so looks like just light drizzle, light rain. Not, but it's wet outside, but I don't see the wind anymore. The wind is gone. Ooh, we move fast. I have a lot of comments. I have to move faster here. Kill said hi. Thank you, Fortune. Good AM, Ray, Ryan, PBT, Peanut Butter Travels, Fortune. Good news, Ray, on Lynn's family. Yes. Good morning, Fortune. Hey, new bike, huh? Go Dazzle. All right. The new motorcycle for Dazzle, Tim, is gonna be a rental. It's a start of a business. We hope one motorcycle will start. Dazzle will be, it'll be under her name. She'll run it. I'll let her take care of it, because we got a lot of requests from people when they come here to Calibo and Aklan. They're always asking us, do you know of a rental place that can rent a motorbike? And there is one company now that does it. They're not based in Calibo, they're based in Tangalan. And my friend Ryan on the live stream here, he actually rented for them, and they delivered the motorbike. They delivered the motorbike to Calibo to him. So that's good that there is one that we know of. But I think there's a need for it. There's a need. So we'll try it with one, $900 investment. And I know Dazzle's really happy. She really likes the motorbike too. It's a Honda Click version 3. I think that's the latest model, latest special edition. She's excited. She was happy yesterday. She's like making plans already. And Ryan, actually, I mentioned it to Ryan yesterday, and he's interested because he'll be back here in Calibo. The one he rented from the rental place at Tangala, I think the Honda Click costs 650 pesos per day. So I'm sure Dazzle can give him a good deal. And then also, I was messaging with Stevie. Stevie's on his way here to the Philippines now. He's in Seattle. He's at the airport waiting to board his flight to the Philippines and then to Caticlan. I will pick up Stevie tomorrow morning in Caticlan and take him to his new apartment in Caticlan. He wanted to stay in Caticlan because he wanted to be closer to Boracay. He likes the fishing. There's a port there where Stevie can fish. And even Stevie, he's interested in renting a motorcycle too. So that's not the only request I've seen from people. Every time people come here, they're always like asking me if I know a rental place for a motorbike or a car. Car is easy. There's a rental place for cars in Calibo. I think it runs about 1,000 pesos a day for a car, about $18 a day to rent a car in Calibo. But the motorbike, it looks like for when Ryan rented, it was 650 a day for a rental for a motorbike. So Dazzle will have a go at it. She's gonna be renting that motorbike out and see if she can make money. Mindoro is farther from us, so more safe. Oh, okay, all right, Fortune. James, good morning, Gino. James Crabble, all right, James, good morning. She was worried because there was no power and she couldn't talk to anyone. Close to the coast and the Bogabong River. Oh wow, yeah. Anytime you're in near water, near a river, near the beach, and a typhoon is coming, you really need to evacuate. You're really so worried about flooding. Of course, Ray. And that's the thing I mentioned, yesterday on the live streams. In the Philippines, the minute a typhoon is coming the Philippines way, minute it enters the Philippine area of responsibility, the minute they start all these signal number 1, number 2, number 3, the very next thing that goes away is electricity. Electricity always goes out. I mean, yesterday, our electricity went out like 3 times. It came back, at least it wasn't gone the whole time, but I would not be surprised if Catanduanes, where the super typhoon initially made landfall, in Aurora, where it made another second landfall in the evening, would not be surprised if they don't have electricity today and the next few days. It's not just like usually it damages a lot of power lines, knock down power poles, and of course it takes them a long time to get electricity back. Sometimes days, sometimes weeks. And I saw on the news too, Baguio, actually, they got some rain in Baguio. Now they're worried about landslides in Baguio, up in Baguio City. Cannon Road, actually, they closed Cannon Road. There's two paths to go to Baguio City, Cannon Road and Marcos Highway. I usually take Marcos Highway. When we drove up there, we took Marcos Highway. Cannon Road is more tricky to drive, tighter, and they're only allowing people on Cannon Road that actually live on the way up to Baguio in those areas. So if you live, they'll let you pass, but they're already experiencing like rocks falling. I mean, that's common. That if you've been to Baguio City and you take the Cannon Road route, it's common to see big boulders sometimes on the road there. That people that's why Cannon Road they closed it. Most of the people now are to want to go up to Baguio or down Baguio, you have to go through Marcos Highway. Limited access on Cannon Road. Fortune, my boss who lives in Santa Rosa said he is staying home for cleanup. So safe to do work from. Yes, Fortune, we were talking about it. A lot safer to work from home today, Fortune. I agree with you. Work from home today, my brother. No need to drive to Manila. No, because even though it might have not flooded in Manila, there could be debris, there could be obstruction on the streets in Manila. You just never know until you're there. And then it causes traffic. You might get stuck in traffic in Manila. And you have the capability to work from home. So that's great that you can work from home. Family in Cavite was okay. Surprisingly, not much flooding in Cavite province. Yeah, from watching the super typhoon, the news all about it, looks like the brunt of it, the rain, the amount of rain and the storm surge, Catanduanes was like Bicol region, Catanduanes, that was like the ones heavily affected by it. And then once it entered Aurora, winds in Aurora. But I have not seen videos or anything flooding in Central Luzon, Northern Luzon. Maybe today, more people will post it because it happened at night. So less videos come out because the landfall of Super Typhoon Uwan happened like 9 p.m. in Aurora, in Baler. So you can't see it. I mean, you can see some, like they were showing like the storm surge right on the beach, and it was significant storm surge. There's actually videos that I saw. People were like waiting for it on the beach, and then it came. They started running. They started running. I was like, man, I would not be on the beach with a storm surge like that, man. David Boyd, hello everyone. Hello, David Boyd. Good morning. Good. Dasma, Cavite lost power yesterday. Yeah, like I said, pretty common, very common here. When a typhoon passes through your area, it doesn't even have to pass through your area. The minute you're like signal number 1, 2, 3, you'll get power outages. Signal number 4 and then 5, the highest, you will lose electricity, guaranteed. All right, Mohammed. Hello. All right, JP, I have to because it's green on the screen, so I have a hard time reading it. Good morning, JP. Hello, Fortune, Gino, Ray, and everyone. All right, JP, Stevie is at the airport. He said he had to leave his van in storage. I guess somebody's keeping it for him while he's gone. Because he's going to be here in the Philippines for 6 months, at least. He said, at least. He's waiting to board his plane earlier when I was messaging him. So he's really excited. I will be picking him up in Caticlan Airport tomorrow morning. I think His flight gets in around 9 a.m. So we'll go get Stevie. Go get Stevie. I'll film his arrival. I'll film his studio apartment in Katiklan. I'll do that tomorrow, so you guys can see his apartment. Nice apartment. He really lucked up. It's like I'm glad my friend Maricel reached out to me, because I was running out of options. I was like, man, I can't find Stevie an apartment. So I made a broadcast on my Facebook. Hey, if anybody knows an apartment, let me know. And then my good friend Maricel, it's like Dazzle and I are friends with Maricel. We've hanged out with her in Boracay before with her partner, and I was like, wow, it's like, that's awesome. She had a studio apartment, furnished studio apartment, inverter type air conditioning, refrigerator, full size refrigerator, gas stove, hot water in the bathroom. Nice complex, because it's they live there. Maricel lives in the complex, kind of like an apartment complex, and 8,000 pesos. 8,000 pesos a month for a fully furnished studio apartment. $135 a month. So I'm really happy that we were able to secure that for Stevie. All paid up in advance. Only needed 1 month's deposit. That's normal. Normal here. Usually you have to pay 1 month deposit, sometimes 2 month deposit. That's why with La Casa Española apartments here in Calibo, I like it that they don't require a deposit. That's because deposit is just your money sitting there with them until you move out. So it's good that at least they have, they don't hit you up for like a security deposit. Good AM, JP. All right. Suyash. I am a surgeon. All right. Wow. My patient says hi. That's awesome. That's awesome. You're a surgeon watching this live. That's awesome. I worked medical. I was in the medical field. I worked in medical administration for 27 years, 20 in the military in the United States Air Force, and then 7 at St. Mary's Hospital in Tucson, Arizona. So I'm familiar with how surgery, how everything works in the hospital. Thank you for joining the live stream. Lowell, kumusta? Kumusta from Oregon? God bless my brother. God bless my brother. Hope you are doing well today, Lowell. Ray, I lost power and switched to generator, then woke up early to switch it back. Oh, nice, and nice that I forget, Ray, you live in a condo. That's nice that they have a generator. I'm very hungry. You look great, Gino. Thank you. I feel great. I've done all the checks, I've seen my oncologist, my endocrinologist, a dietitian. I'm good. Everything. Did blood work, ultrasound, MRI. They do all kinds of checks on me all the time just to keep me healthy, and it's all good. All checking out well for me. Thank you, my friend. Hello from Ohio. Expecting a little snow tonight. Wow, snow. For me, I only experienced snow when I lived in Japan. I lived in northern Japan for 4 years. Aomori Prefecture, northern Japan. We used to get the winds from Russia. It snowed in northern Japan for like 6 months of the year. Half the year was we had snow on the ground. So that was my only experience with snow. I enjoyed it the 4 years there. But it was a lot of work, when it snowed, because you got to scrape the ice from your window, from your car window. You had to shovel snow. A lot of work for some. But I'm glad I got to experience it, because most of my life I lived in warm climate. So I'm glad at least before I retired from the military, I was there 2000 to 2004. I was able to experience snow. Hey, my dog. Hey, Totoy. Did you want to go outside? Hello, Lowell from JP. Good AM. Lowell from Fortune. Time to clean. So many leaves. All right, Fortune. Take care of those leaves. I know a lot fell, strong winds, a lot of strong winds that hit the Philippines. And morning fortune from Lowell. Good AM, Ryan. Where in Antique are you now? Fortune, Ryan left San Jose, Antique. Your neck of the woods there in Antique. Left yesterday. He rode his motorcycle 7 hours to the Canadian Beaver. He made it to the expat get together last night at the Canadian Beaver. I was watching Michael's video because I was curious whether they were gonna have the expat get together still at the Canadian Beaver. I guess the day before, the Beaver actually got flooded. I saw water inside the Canadian Beaver. All the tables, chairs, they had moved it out, and it's like water and debris inside the Canadian Beaver itself. But they cleaned it up. Filipinos, man, they're pretty fast at cleaning. And then by last night, they were ready to serve. San Jose, yes. Ryan made it to your hometown, Fortune. He made it to San Jose. Scooter rental, good idea. Thank you. Dazzle's excited, Tim. Dazzle's excited. I try to support Dazzle with her ideas. It's like keeps her busy, keeps her mind going, and it's fun. It's fun for her. And for me, it's like it's a $900 investment. So it's like it's not a big, maybe, if it works out good, we'll just keep buying used motorbike around $900 and add to it. But we'll start with one. We'll see how the one goes. Hello, PBT. I didn't see you at first. Going to get my afternoon coffee and sharpen up. All right, JP. Just in Rojas at the moment. Fortune, yep, Ryan. He was at the Canadian Beaver for that expat get together. I'm glad they still had it because when Ryan texted me, he goes, "Oh, they still had it." I was surprised because the day before, there was like water, like even at Michael's house, and then in the Canadian Beaver there was water, but they cleaned it up. They cleaned it up pretty quick. Okay, good, safe. Derek, aloha, Derek from Hawaii. Aloha. Oh, it's raining again. I can hear the rain again here. So Stevie arriving tomorrow. Yes, Fortune. He is arriving tomorrow. He plans on staying here in the Philippines, in the Katiklan area, at least 6 months. He's hoping longer, but we'll see. But I know he's gonna like it here. Knowing how Stevie is, he said he's kind of like an introvert. He likes to keep to himself. That's why he's picking Katiklan. He said Kalibo would be kind of too big for him. And I told him that's fine because there's plenty of people we know in Katiklan. Heck, Stevie's gonna be he's gonna be walking distance to our land, to Mom's house, to Dazzle's sister's house. So we got people that will keep an eye on Stevie while he's here. So he's not gonna be alone in Katiklan. Are you looking for investor for Dazzle's mountain motorbike rentals? Not yet, David, not yet. We'll start with one and then we'll see. I was telling Dazzle, because of all the expats that know us, that come here, subscribers that come here, we would probably just rent to people we know. We're not gonna rent to like people that we don't know. There's enough for that, that will start out that way. And then we'll start with one motorbike because if we go full blown right away, then you gotta get like permits, business license, and all that. This one, the one motorbike, it's gonna be like with handshake deals with friends, like Ryan, like Stevie, like JP maybe, or when Daniel gets here, people, and I have another, there's people coming here all the time that they're just here for like a week, and they're like, yeah, can I rent a motorbike? And I trust people enough that I meet, that I know that, hey, here's a motorbike. It's like, I'll let Dazzle, but we'll start out with that and then we'll see how it goes. I know there's other people. I saw another Filipino-American blogger like in Cebu area that did it, but there's a lot of headache too once you expand. I don't want Dazzle. We're retired. I want Dazzle to just have fun with it. It's like if she makes a little bit of money and it helps out the friends, our expat friends that come here, that's kind of like the goal. The goal is not really to make, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll start with one and then we'll see. We'll see how it goes, David. Hello there. Glad to see you are safe and well. Thank you, Sula. Thank you, Sula. Where are you from? We are in Numancia, Aklan. We are located Western Visayas in the Philippines. Tim, Calibo has a car rental? Yes, they do. A couple actually. There's a couple of car rentals now in Calibo. My friend Kim from Romblon, when he's here, he always rents a car. So I know of two that rents, and it's about 1,000 pesos a day, $18 a day to rent a car in Calibo. Our friend Larry is still, yes, Tim. I visited Larry the other day as went to his room. He's on the 5th floor. He's hoping to get discharged today. We're hoping. He looks good though. I mean, he had medical issue, but he looks fine. I sat with him for like an hour. We were chit-chatting, so he's okay. Our friend Larry is okay. Yeah, he's hoping to get discharged today. So I'll check on him if I'm in Calibo area. I'll just swing by Asia Pacific just to see if he got discharged or not. I'll just message him. He answers me on his messenger. Larry's our good friend. Larry, he's from Alaska. He's in his 70s. He owns a resort in Pandan, Antique. L&L Resort. Very nice resort. If you're looking for a place to stay in Pandan, Antique. Reasonable rates. He's got restaurant. They have food. He's opening up a bar. He wants it to become like a expat bar. I think he's going to put a ping pong table. He was gonna put. I had seen him in Pandan when we went there on vacation, and then I found out that he got admitted to Asia Pacific, so I visited him the other day. I am mechanical engineer in Dubai. Ooh, wow, Abdul, nice. Philippines, yep, Philippine people, so nice. So I want French. No worries, you can be friends with me. Not a problem, not a problem, Abdul. I'm trying to concentrate on the comments and messages, Abdul. My posse, hey Daniel, my brother in Jacksonville, Florida. Grateful that everyone seems to yes, everything looks okay. Couple of fatalities, unfortunately, but it could have been a lot worse. I think many people heeded the advice of the government to evacuate, to go into shelters. Good morning, Michael Manalastas. I hope you and your family are safe. We are all safe. The province of Nueva Vizcaya was hit Category 5 typhoon. Everyone is safe. I know. Hopefully, the report so far seems okay. Like all the places that got hit with the Category 5 typhoon. Category 5 typhoon's the highest. Very strong winds, over 200 kilometers per hour. I think they timed the 230 kilometers per hour on this super typhoon Uwan. Good AM, Daniel, but so far not as heavy damage. Structural damage, of course, you're gonna have that with a lot of light material. There was in Catanduanes, I did see houses that were like all you see was the roof. They got flooded, like rooftop level of the house in Catanduanes. Abdul, all right. Who is in my family? All right, my wife Dazzle, Leanna, and Dazzle's mom, Angie. Ray in the Philippines. Good morning, Daniel. JP, hello, Daniel. Good morning, Abdul. JP, all right, Ray. JP Fort, Ray from Daniel. I slept 9 p.m. hoping to wake up midnight to check, but woke up 4 a.m. So must be good sleep. Yeah, you probably got tired. I know you had to drive to Quezon City yesterday, go back, and all the activities preparing for the. I bet you were tired yesterday, Fortune. That's why you just slept in, instead of waking up at midnight. I did not hear any check typhoon already in La Union, so I said thanks. We are safe. Yeah, not much reports as far as like people. Fatalities. A lot were in shelters. All the things I'm watching on TV, all the shelters in Luzon, they're like packed with people. Great to see you. Are you, everyone, okay? Yes. Ray said it's okay. It's like Scuba. Hey, Scuba Steve. Good morning, Scuba Steve. Good morning, Fortune. All good, Sula. Weather calm now. Yep, everything's calm. I mean, it's still rain stops, rain, but the strong winds are gone, and now it's just like stop and go on the rain right now. You and Mike got a good sleep. All right. Good morning, Scuba Dog. Hopefully Uwan is I'm hoping too, Fortune. I'm hoping Typhoon Uwan is the last for the year too. I think 21 is enough. 21 typhoons this year is enough. Yes, for sure. Sula said, yes, for sure. I got my arrival shirt yesterday from Amazon. All right. It's a navy blue polo, moisture wicking. Oh, perfect. The moisture wicking with fish print. All right, fish print. You're coming in at a good time, actually. December is probably like the coolest temperatures in the Philippines. It's not gonna be like if you had arrived here like March, April, or May. The heat, you'll notice immediately. But December, we get cooler temperatures in December. I mean, they're not cold. It's gonna be in the 80s. At least it's not in the 90s when you arrive. So it's for us, anything in the 80s, we feel like, people here, JP, when the temperature hits like 82, 83, 84, they start wearing jackets and sweaters, and I'm like, dang, it's not that, it's not cold enough for that. But they, you see it. They start wearing the beanie hats, even, like for winter hats. I'm like, what? It's like. Hopefully you won't miss me in the crowd. And they don't throw me off the jet. No, I'm sure I'll spot you. One thing nice about when you land in Caticlan, it's not even, I wouldn't even consider it a terminal. The departure and arrival, the arrival in Caticlan is separate. The departure is actually in Caticlan. The arrival is in Nabas. It's a one end of the runway to the other. And in the Nabas, it's just it looks like it's not even like really a terminal, and it looks like a little house, and there's sliding doors, and I'll see you immediately. I'm sure I'll see you. I can even park inside there. When I picked up Edgar, the security guard allowed me to park in, where usually they don't, but I guess because I was vlogging and I put the security guard on my vlog, and he goes, yeah, you can go inside. I said, what? I can go? So maybe I'll do that again. Maybe I'll vlog the security guard again, so he'll let me in, park inside the arrival. Good AM, Sula. Michael C, my good friend in Trece Martires in Cavite. Good morning, bro. Hope all is well with you guys. We're all good. We're all well. Yesterday was kind of like cooking, Dazzle, what they cooked. I can't eat shrimp. I'm allergic to shrimp, but they had like nice, good sized shrimp, the buttered garlic shrimp. They made that. And then they had fried maya. I think red snapper fish. So they were eating yesterday. Yesterday was a watch TV, Netflix, sit down here and eat kind of day yesterday while it was raining outside. And then when the electricity went off, we just sat here anyway. I have the Blue Yeti, so we don't lose internet. So we're just like all on our gadgets. But we made a day out of it yesterday. We weren't bored. We didn't leave the house. We didn't drive to Calibo. We stayed inside and we stayed safe here. Love to see Stevie Plays. Oh yeah, I will film it, Daniel, and you will be surprised. I think I'll film the whole building. It even has like a top deck with a view of the ocean. So Stevie can go to the top deck. It's kind of like a view deck. And you can see Boracay Island from an apartment. Again, how amazing is that, man? And he's walking distance to the port. Not even 5 minutes to the port. In the port, he can go fishing at the port. Many people go fishing at Tabuan Port. And then our land in Caticlan is maybe 10-minute walk to our, he'll familiarize himself with that place for sure. And it's gonna be nice because Dazzle's younger brother, Dazzle's older sister, and Dazzle's uncle, lives close to Stevie, so they can keep an eye out on Stevie or whatever Stevie needs. They can assist him and get it, help him get it. The one thing about Caticlan, they do not have a grocery. Caticlan is basically the town of Caticlan. They have a public market, and it's not really it's not even a building. It's not even a building their public market is kind of like one story, like kind of like an outlet store. One story, like sari stores, and then an open area where the vendors just put up their goods and pitch a tent. So they don't even have a building. They don't even have a building for the public market, and no grocery in Caticlan. So Stevie's gonna he'll have to shop like the locals do there, like at fruit stands, vegetable stands. But Dazzle's older sister and uncle will help Stevie with that. Help him navigate Caticlan. They'll show him the ropes. They'll show him the ropes in Caticlan. Sounds very stylish, JP. I know, right? JP, fish shirt, man. I can't wait to see this shirt, JP. Good AM, Michael C. All right, Fortune. Michael C. Good morning, Michael. Michael, that is good to hear. I know. Good morning, Ray Dog from Scoop Dog. Scuba Steve. Sula. John, you will be looking sharp. I know. I'm sure I will spot him. I'm sure I will spot JP. Good morning, Colonel. I'm not sure if you made it to Rojas City. My friend Ryan was there. He said that they still had it. They still had the expat get together. I wasn't sure whether they were gonna have it, Colonel, because the day before, but Michael hadn't announced anything to cancel it. Solar battery, 44%, but today hoping for 100%. All right. That is good though, man. That's good, Scuba Steve, that you have solar power. Even at 44, at least you have electricity. The Colonel, hello, the Colonel. Saw Mike's vid, the expat get-together pushed through. Yes, I know. Good thing. A good thing, right? Great turnaround by the staff. I know, I saw the staff the day before, right, Fortune? There was water and debris in the restaurant itself. So I was like, man, I'm surprised they were able to clean all that up and still had great job on the staff. And even, that's the thing with Filipinos that I love about Filipinos. Even during, you can see like the workers there at Canadian Beaver, even when the water was in the Canadian Beaver, there was debris washing up from the beach, they're still smiling, they're still laughing, it's like more fun in the Philippines. It's just, I love that. I love that about the attitude of Filipino people. Nothing really brings us down. Natural disaster stuff. It happens here: earthquakes, flooding, typhoons. But you can't break the Filipino spirit, man. We just know how to we look at the good side of things. Look at the glass half full instead of half empty. Disasters might come, but we all thank God that we're alive. We're all like, oh, thank you, you spared me. It's like, that's just the attitude of Filipinos. Most Filipinos are just like that. We're just, because with all the tragedies that happen, you see fatalities that happen. Filipinos are just thankful to be alive, because, things can happen here. Things can happen here in a split, in an instant, in one snap of a finger. You could be gone. You could be, something tragic could happen. So every day you wake up, every day you see like the sunrise. You're just thankful and blessed that God gave you another day. That's just how most Filipinos think. Daniel, today was my party day. Oh, party day! Daniel's partying. All right, man, you're partying, Daniel. Got to work in my units, do my washing clothes, and now all right, Daniel. You got a complete day. Daniel. Good morning, CC from Scuba Steve. Good morning, Colonel, the Colonel Chronicles. He's got a YouTube channel too, the Colonel Chronicles. Check out his YouTube channel. Wait, I gotta charge my phone. Here. Good thing it warned me. Good thing. Oh, let me just, I did kind of mention the typhoon, the status of the typhoon, but let me read like the official from Pag-asa. This is from the Pag-asa website. I'm reading it. It says here, Metro Manila, Ilocos Region, Cagayan Valley, Central Luzon, and Calabarzon, stormy still today. But from people saying, it's mild. It's not, no longer strong winds or torrential rain. Western Visayas and rest of Luzon rains with gusty winds. I'm not seeing the gusty winds here anymore in Aklan, but it is raining off and on still. But I do see the sun. Man. It's like the sun is coming up here. So looks like we're gonna have a good day. Good day today. Mindanao says partly cloudy to cloudy sky. Localized thunderstorms. So they're having thunderstorms in Mindanao. So for the most part, the weather is improving from yesterday. Definite improvement from yesterday. Good AM, Colonel. All right. Saw the spark on Dazzle yesterday on the bike thing. All right. Very happy lady. Yeah, I know. And you know me, man. I just love making Dazzle happy. It's like when she's happy, I'm happy. It brings a smile to my face when I see her excited about stuff. It's like, this be a project for Dazzle. You never know. I mean, well, like I said, we'll start with one motorcycle and we'll go from there. If we need another motorbike, I do have a budget for her for another motorbike. If you can find something, another maybe 50,000 peso, another $900, but we'll start with one. I'll see if Dazzle can handle like the logistics, like the talking to people, and I want her to do that. I'm not gonna help her. I'll give her advice, but I'll be hands off. I'll let Dazzle deal with expats, talk to expats, because she's improving with that. Most of the expats that meet Dazzle, she's comfortable. She's comfortable talking to expats. She's not shy. So, and I'm liking that. She's becoming comfortable with her English, being confident enough to like deal with foreigners, with expats. So that's why part of the reason why I'm all for the motorbike rental for her. We have sun out now. Yeah, it's trying to come out here. I'll go out there when it's more pronounced, when I see more sun. Right now it's trying. At least it's not. The rain has stopped and it's sun is coming out. Folks, like this vlog. All right, thank you, Daniel. Sula, Fortune, good stuff. Maybe it can dry up now. Yes. The Colonel, windy here in Rojas City. All right. So the Colonel made it to the get-together, the expat get-together. I thought you would. I thought I thought rain would not stop you, Colonel. I had a feeling. I had a feeling because it did not stop Ryan. I mean, Ryan, Colonel, he went from San Jose Antique. He told me yesterday he rode the motorbike 7 hours. And I'm sure he hit rain. I'm sure you hit rain too, going to Rojas City. But that didn't stop you guys from riding your motorbikes. But dry this morning, got soaked yesterday. Yeah, I figure, man, because all that rain, you got to get soaked. But I'm sure you got your gear, rain gear, and all that. And I know how you motorbike people are, man. The motorcycle guys here, rain's not gonna stop them from doing anything. James and Karen is a perfect example of that, man. James. Rain doesn't stop James. Rain, mud, he likes riding his motorbike in the rain. From Iloilo. I'm glad you made it safely though, Colonel. I'm glad you made it safely to Rojas City. And I'm sure it was fun. I'm sure it was fun at the Canadian Beaver, hanging out there. Sure, many stories are always told there. It's kind of like that TV sitcom back in the day, Cheers, where everybody knows your name. That's the feeling I get when I go to the Canadian Beaver, because every time I go there, I see people I know now. I recognize people. I might not remember everybody's name, but when I go in there, I say, "Hey, how you doing?" Everybody says hello. It's so welcoming at the Canadian Beaver. A must trip for people, especially if you're in Panay Island. Let's say you're staying in Calibo, you're staying in Iloilo City, anywhere here in Panay Island. Canadian Beaver is a must stop. It's like, it's fun there. Good food. Not just American food now. They got seafood on the menu. They got Filipino food on the menu. So they've expanded it. They roofed it. It's like. And Michael is still part of it. He's still an investor. He's more hands-off now, Michael, that Philippines life, but he's still an owner. He's still part owner of the Canadian. That still is, Michael's baby, of course. He created that, He made that flourish, The Canadian Beaver would not be Canadian Beaver without Michael. So that is important to him. So I'm sure he'll still go there, meet people. He still, support, make all the effort to improve the Canadian Beaver. Be happy to rent the bike once. All right, or see, Daniel's going to be another one of it's a Honda Click. The Honda Click seems to be the popular, the rental bikes here. It's hard to find the rentals, the Honda ADV, the bigger one, the 150. Usually it's the Honda Click that's the popular rental. When you go to Bohol, when you go to Boracay, you can rent a Honda Click inside Boracay Island. That seems to be that's why Dazzle went with the Honda Click. Double tap the screen to get a like. Oh, thank you so much, Sula. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, my friend. Oh, Colonel got to Rojas, and yeah, he did. So I'm sure the Colonel probably ran into Ryan there yesterday. I know James was wanting to go too, but I think because of the rain, we were getting rain here in Aklan, So I'm sure that kind of like James decided not to go to the Canadian Beaver. Yes, Sula, thanks. 80s baby. All right, I like it, man. I like the 80s, man. That's like my music. I'm a 80s music guy, man. Duran Duran, In Excess, all that music in the 80s is what I still listen to today. I'm like stuck in the 80s. Thinking of vacationing in PI for at least a month with the wife and son. All right, come on over, man. Philippines is a great place to visit, man. Vacation. Really thinking of renting Airbnb around Boracay or Calibo. All right, contact me. I can hook you up, man. I know people. I got friends in Boracay that own Airbnb. Same thing in Calibo. I've been here 14 years in Aklan province, so I've got connections. I got a little bit connections. I can help you with that. On all our videos, on the description box, my contact information is there. My email, my WhatsApp, my messenger, and I always reply. I'll make sure I reply to everybody. I even check my spam, just because sometimes my email, it goes to spam. I always check my spam to make sure that I don't miss, and I always reply. I make a concerted effort to reply to everyone. Didn't go to the Beaver. Thought, oh wow, see, that's the thing, because it was raining, right? It was raining. But they did open it. They were cleaning up though, Colonel, because what happened, Colonel? They got flooded. The actual Canadian Beaver was flooded. There was like about this much water, like ankle high water inside the Canadian Beaver. Debris was washing in from because of the storm surge. So they had to clean that all up. But Ryan went there yesterday evening and it was back on operation. I guess they cleaned it up in time for last night's service. 80s baby, Gino can help. Yes, thank you, Fortune. I can help. If it's Aklan, if it's Boracay, Calibo, I can help. I know enough people now. It's like. And I can get pretty good deals. People that deal with me, they don't want to disappoint me. Because they know, if they disappoint me, I won't be bringing expats to their business anymore. I want to make sure that they treat the expats well. And they know that. They watch my channel. They know, like, if I put somebody in their apartment or Airbnb or hotel, they better treat that guy right? Because if they don't, and I hear from the person say, man, that was terrible stage, I won't recommend them anymore. That's just how it works, right? It's like the staff there made quick turnaround and got the Beaver ready. All right. Well, the Colonel's still there, so I'm sure he can, today, the weather's better today. I'm sure he can stop by. There's always expats at the Canadian Beaver. It doesn't have to be an expat. It's a hangout, it's a lot of expats during the day. Once they open, like at 11 or at lunchtime, there's always like expats hanging out in the bar there at the Canadian Beaver. After Aurora, it went Nueva Vizcaya, then Benguet, where Baguio is, then La Union on the West Philippine Sea. Right? Yeah, right now on the Windy app, I'm looking, it's past the landmass of the Philippines. It's now in the Philippine Sea. But it's still causing rain in like Pangasinan, La Union area because it's still near. But it's gonna, by this afternoon, I'm thinking it'll be outside the for sure by tonight, it'll be outside the Philippine area of responsibility. Yes, I wasn't meant to be there. Yeah, right, Colonel. It's not a big, that's what that's how it is here, right? Colonel, you got to go with the flow. Things happen here in the Philippines. Things happen, it's like, it wasn't meant to be. Yeah, it wasn't meant to be. Scott, hello, everyone. Hello, Scott. Hi, Scott. Hi, Colonel. Hi, Colonel. Good AM, Scott. You can go today, Colonel. Yeah, I know, right? The Colonel can go today for lunch. Colonel, you can have lunch, brunch, breakfast. You can go there. I don't know if they're open for breakfast, though. I do remember, Michael, before when we used to go there, 11 is usually the time that the Beaver, the Beaver kicks up for lunch. Coolest months are December to February. Yes, yeah. December seems to be the coolest, right? It's like... it's good because it's the holidays, Christmas, you get that feeling, cool air, not cold. It never gets cold in the Philippines. Cool. Especially like in Baguio City, where Ray is too, in Tagaytay. They got cooler temperatures during December. June start, habagat season, and we count typhoons again. I know. That's why I tell people, January to June, it's like, that's the vacation time in the Philippines. Anytime it's July to December, you're in the bucket there for like typhoons. There's a chance, that a typhoon can ruin your vacation if you vacation July to December. Hopefully this is the last typhoon, I'm hoping, but we've had typhoons in December in the past. So Super Typhoon Ursula in 2019 was like on Christmas Day. Christmas Day, it landed here in Panay Island. Scuba Steve, good morning, Scott. All right, Fortune, arrival has just one conveyor belt. People just enter and exit. The vans and trikes are already there to bring you. Yes, yes, that's how it is. When you exit, when you arrive at the airport, Boracay Airport, they call it Boracay Airport, but the arrival is in Nabas, Aklan, in the mainland. Very small, like a one conveyor belt. And then when you walk out, there's tricycles and vans waiting for you there. But, for the Panay Posse, I'm there. I'll be waiting for you. I'll be picking you up, when you come to Boracay Airport. Wow, December to February is cool. Cold months in Florida. Yeah, like I said, here, Daniel, it doesn't get cold. It's cooler. And when I say cooler, 80 to 85 degrees. That's cool. That's cool in the Philippines. It's not, at least you don't have the 90-degree temperatures in December here. When fitness meets faith. Hi, Rhea, my good friend in Tennessee. Thank God you guys seem to. We are doing great. The super typhoon really hit more north of us through like central Luzon and then northern Luzon area. My son is in Cavite. Cavite is good too. Cavite is good. Michael C., Fortune, they all live in Cavite, and Cavite is good. They didn't get flooded or anything like that. Yeah, no flooding in Cavite. Cavite is good. Fortune and Michael C. just reported here. Our cold wind here comes from Siberia. Cavite is okay right there. Bacoor, sun is out now. Sun is out. So no flooding, no damage in the Cavite area. Captain Ron saw this movie yesterday. Prisoner of War, Japanese-run prison camp in the Philippines, which was the setting. Oh yeah. Many World War II type movies I know are filmed here in the Philippines. Even Apocalypse Now, Vietnam era, they used the Philippines to film here. I watch a lot of it. I'm military, so I like it. So I'm gonna look that up. Prisoner of War. If it's on Netflix, I'll watch it. And Dazzle too. Dazzle's into military movies too. We watch it together. Skinny taper pants, guitar. I do see those pants. I've never worn them, man. I rarely wear pants. My 14 years here in the Philippines, I rarely wear pants. I own like 2 pairs of pants. I have jeans. I have I think it's Old Navy pair of jeans, and then I have khaki pants. And those are the only 2 I own. And the khaki pants, I wore it to my wedding. Like 2016. And I actually wore the same pants to James and Karen's wedding back in May. I think that's, and then maybe Leanna's graduation. It's the same khaki pants. It's the same. I always wear just board shorts here. Board shorts are like swimming, when you go surfing shorts. That's my outfit here. My outfit is board shorts and t-shirts and flip-flops. Pinoys, the moment it becomes calm, we proceed to clean and life goes on. Yes, right? We almost have to, Fortune. I think most Filipinos, because, we go through an average of 18 to 20 typhoons. And if you're living in like the, like Eastern Visayas, like Leyte or Samar, Bicol region, Cagayan region, Ilocos, those regions, they get more than half of the typhoons here in the Philippines every year. So it's just like part of life. The typhoons come, you clean up, and then you'll wait for the next one. It's like, that's just the way it is. People don't really move away from these areas. These are homes or family compounds where people live. People don't leave places just because of typhoons or flooding. JP, I missed the video on Dazzle's new motorcycle. No video yet, JP. I just announced it yesterday. I was having a live stream yesterday reporting on Super Typhoon Uwan, and Dazzle was texting the guy. That owned the motorbike. And then she told me, I bought it, babe, I bought it. So the guy is going to bring it here. We have the cash ready for the guy. So we're going to go through the process. He'll have his ORCR. We have to go to an attorney's office in Calibo with him. the guy has to show two IDs, government IDs. The documents will be verified by the attorney, and then the deed of sale will have to be done by the attorney. The payment, everything there, signed, notarized, and all those documents will take it to the land transportation today. So I'll try to film the whole process. So for people that are interested in buying, because this is a used bike. It's a 2024 Honda Click version 3. I guess that's the most upgraded version, limited edition. 7,000 kilometers on the motorbike, 2024. Looks practically new, the motorbike. You get a lot of people selling motorbikes here like that just because, they buy it, and then, financial issues happen and they want quick cash. And a lot of times you have an advantage when you can pay cash, because most Filipinos here, they'll buy it, but they want to buy it installment. They're gonna say, if it's 50,000, they'll say 10 installments, 5,000 a month. That's what most Filipinos here can afford. So if you have cash, cash is always king. Cash is always king. You can get good deals here. Because the guy, he needs the money, he's strapped for money, you got the cash, it's a win-win for both. Win for us, we're getting a good bike. Win for him because he's gonna get his cash today. Bill Meyer, good morning, Bill Meyer, good morning. I'm sorry I missed meeting everyone at the Bieber. Yeah, I don't know how many made it, Colonel. Maybe Mike, that Philippines Life, maybe he'll have a video coming out, maybe tomorrow or the next day. I'm sure he would have filmed it, because I know I went to Mike's live stream. He actually had a live stream right on the hut that he has right on the beach, and he was live streaming like the waves coming in. But I'm sure he went. The Beaver is like so close to his house, so I'm sure when the meetup, he would have been there. I guarantee. Bummer. I know, Colonel. I know. But you'll have other chances. You'll have other chances to meet Michael and everybody. I'm sure. There's gonna be other opportunities. No vid yet on Dazzle's bike. Gino's second live yesterday was when we found out Dazzle. Yeah, during the live stream. Yeah, that's why Fortune said she saw Dazzle smile. She saw that Dazzle's really excited about the motorbike, because it's gonna be her business. She's gonna be renting out the motorbike, and she'll handle everything, even the processing. I'll film it, but it'll be under Dazzle's name. Everything, all the paperwork. I'll just film it so you guys can see the process of buying a used motorbike. It's to me it's easier because you don't have to hassle about that, the dealership with the license plate, the temporary tag. You don't have to deal with that. It already has tags, and the registration is good till 2027, because the bike is 2024, so registration is good till 2027. So an additional 2 more years registration before we have to worry about registration. Good AM, Gino. What's the best and affordable private health insurance for a retired U.S. dual citizen? There, okay. If you're a retired U.S. dual citizen, PhilHealth, of course, even expats here, even not Filipino dual citizens, they get PhilHealth. PhilHealth is a discount for medical care here. It's not a full insurance, just a discount on medical. And you're dual citizen like me, for PhilHealth, it's only 400 pesos a month for you, 4,800 a year. So that's less than $100 for the PhilHealth card. So to me, that's a no-brainer. That's to get a discount on medical care, and they prefer it. When you go to a hospital here, if you show your PhilHealth card, you get priority, because the hospital know they can bill PhilHealth for a portion of your medical care. Looking for health insurance from 58 to I think that's 60, as my federal benefits will kick in. Oh my. There's a guy here. What a lot of people have here is Pacific Cross. Michael Onstead, very trusted by expats. He's legit. I've met him at the Canadian Beaver. He's an expat that lives here. He can probably help you to like get insurance for that time from 58, 59 to 60. My friend Robbie, he retired here when he was 56. So he's just like funding his retirement until he collects Social Security at 62, and he got Pacific Cross as his medical insurance. Pretty reasonable. I think it comes out to like $2,500, depending pre-existing conditions, depending on your condition, of course. And I think there's a certain period. I think the first year. Limited coverage because they want to make sure there's nothing wrong with you, but Michael Onstad, he's on Facebook. You can look him up, Insurance in the Philippines, or Michael Onstad, ONSTAD. You can look him up, trusted by many expats here. Emry from Turkey, Istanbul. Wow, Turkey. All right, thank you. Thank you for joining the live stream from Turkey. Wow. I appreciate it. Good morning, everyone. There's Michael White in Masbate Island. Thriving Expat is his YouTube channel. Knows a lot about off-grid. He's got total solar system running electric in his house in Masbate Island. Knows a lot about farming, planting, fishing, commercial fishing. Good source here in the Philippines. Check out his channel there. You can just click Thriving Philippine Expat is his YouTube channel. The Colonel Chronicle, JP, when are you coming here? Next month, JP's going to be here, Colonel. He's going to be living here in Calibo. He's got the next member of the Panay Posse, man. He's going to be after Stevie tomorrow. Pick up Stevie, and then JP coming here next month. That's right. Hi, Doug, JP, Dazzle. All right, thank you, Michael White. Good AM, Michael W. JP. All right, I think it's JP. It's JP. I gotta do this because the green, I have a hard time reading the green. Sign me up for a month when I get there. Having a rental will give me more time to get the. All right, no worries. Easy, man. You'll have to talk to the sheriff. The sheriff is in charge of the motorbike. JP, are you going to put a GPS tracker on it? Oh, I don't know if you could do that. Thank you. If it's I'll have to look. I don't know how to do it. I'll have to research on the GPS tracker. I didn't plan on it. Like I said, it's gonna be all JP. I know Dazzle. I know how she'll just rent it out to people that we trust, the people that we know. We're not gonna just rent it to somebody off the street that might take the bike away from Dazzle. That would be horrible, man. So it'll be people that we know. It's I know Stevie, he's interested. Ryan's interested. Now you're interested. So that's why I'm saying there's a demand for it. Just through our channel, just through our subscribers, our channel here, our friends, our brothers here. There's already a demand. I see a demand because every time somebody comes here, they're asking me, Gino, can I rent a motorbike? Can I rent a motorcycle in Calibo? They're always asking me. So that's why we figure we'll start with one bike, see how that goes. If another bike is needed, I have some funds saved up to get a second bike for Dazzle. Hi, Bill, Fortune, Captain Ron. All right, Fortune. Fortune says like and subscribe. Thank you, Fortune. I saw the beaver got filled up. All right. I'm glad that the beaver got filled up last night for the expat get together. It's always good, man. To me, makes me happy when community, when expats, when we get together, happy vibe. It's I don't want that narrative here that people be spreading online that, expats are terrible here. I don't think so, man. Expats here in the Philippines do a lot of good. My good friend Michael W. in Masbate Island, a Thriving Philippine expat, he took in people to his house during the typhoon. He's cooking for them, sheltering people from the storm. His wife is making food for the people. That's what the expats do here. Don't believe some of the vloggers that some of the negativity, man. I know a lot of expats, a lot of foreigners come here with like good hearts. My friend Belus in Leyte does the same thing. His house becomes a shelter for people when storms come in. He feeds them. He gives them rice, because he's got rice field. I know many people like that. Even in Boracay, my friend Finn, it's like, we do good. We do good here. It's not, that's why Americans are welcome here in the Philippines, because Filipinos see that. Of course you get, you always get the bad press sometimes, the bad expat, right? That makes the news, but 99% of the expats that I meet here are good people, want to do good, want to help Filipinos here, employ Filipinos here, provides work, provides assistance to Filipinos here. Picking up the quad mic. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that Michael White got the quad, man, the 4-wheel when he was in Marinduque with Scuba Steve. So he'll have a quad now in Masbate, man. That's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome video when you make a video, man, seeing that quad in Masbate Island. JP Colonel, I arrived December 29 in Aklan. All right, I will be there at the airport to pick up JP. I'll be the welcome committee of the Panay Posse to pick up JP at Boracay Airport. Great. Colonel says great. Thriving, yes. Shopping too. Need toilet, sink, shower, bidet for 2 shacks. New battery for solar and inverter. Full. Oh yeah, you're gonna have a full truck. You're gonna have a full truck there, Michael. Good thing you got a truck. And good thing you got a truck. If you're retired, you must be enrolled in Medicare to get TRICARE West. All right. Here in the Philippines, it's the same thing. If you're 65, Derek, like me, I'm 59, so I'm not Medicare eligible yet. But when I turn 65, I still have to enroll in Medicare, even though I can't use Medicare in the Philippines. As of this moment, there is a bill trying to be pushed now. Hopefully it passes one day. It's called the Medicare Portability Act, where it would allow, there's only 12 countries on the list, Philippines being one, where you can use your Medicare here. Hopefully that gets approved someday. But right now, when I turn 65, I still have to sign up for Medicare. I still have to pay. I think people are telling me now, Daniel told me it's over $200 a month to keep Medicare in order for me to use TRICARE in the Philippines. So I'll have to, at 65, I have to pay over $200 to Medicare that I can't use here, but I have to sign up for it because TRICARE requires me to. I have to have, because TRICARE, the military, retired military medical insurance here in the Philippines, is the secondary insurance for anybody over 65. So because Medicare is not here, TRICARE will pay us here. So not a problem for me, to keep my TRICARE, because here I have TRICARE Select Overseas. We don't have TRICARE West here. If you're living in the Philippines, you have to be enrolled in a TRICARE Select Overseas. Dazzle and I are both covered with TRICARE. For about $400 a year is how much we pay. And then once I become 65, to continue our TRICARE, I have to pay that about $200 a month to Medicare to continue, which I'll be happily pay it, because it's insurance, right? And the older I get, I know I'll probably require more medical care when I turn 65. But hopefully one day they'll allow Medicare here in the Philippines. That way, that $200 I can pocket. That's my Social Security. It's like that's a lot of money, $200 a month that they'll take away from my Social Security just to pay for Medicare. JP in time for, yes, JP will be in time here. We'll probably have like a karaoke party or something for New Year's. We usually do karaoke for New Year's, so we'll probably end up doing that for the New Year's celebration. And then he'll be here for Ati-Atihan, right, in January. January 11th to 18th is Ati-Atihan in Calibo. So JP is gonna come here at a very festive time in Calibo. Southern Cal, Benny. Hello, Gino. You mentioned Apocalypse Now. I know, right? Apocalypse Now. Martin Sheen. Yeah, Martin Sheen. My uncle Joe Batak Jr. was our first camera operator for the movie Braddock, Missing in Action 3. Ooh, wow. Which was shot. I know a lot of the movies are shot here in the Philippines. A lot of like Vietnam era movies. You know, they use the Philippines, I guess, you know, similar topography and everything. So cool, man. It's like Joe Batak Jr. Wow, first camera operator. That's awesome. So thank you for sharing that. Fortune, busy day today, Mike. Hope the roads are clear. Yeah, well, you know, Mike, he's got that truck, man. He's got that four-wheel drive truck. I'm sure Mike can handle the roads. TRICARE for Life is free, but you have to have Medicare. Correct, Derek. Correct. At least I won't have the annual fee anymore, right? At least, you know, I guess it compensates that I don't have to pay the 400, but once I'm 65, I don't have to pay the $400 a year membership into TRICARE, but they stick me with like 200 a month. You know, that's like 200 a month, man. That's 2,400. I trade 400 for 2,400. You know, you can never win, man. You can never win with medical, but you know, it is what it is. I'm happy that I'll always have medical. I'm happy that I'll always have medical here in the Philippines. That's a blessing. That's a blessing here in the Philippines. I don't take it for granted. I'm grateful that we have TRICARE here. I hope so too, Fortune. If not, we just go home. All right. Thank you for the shout out, Gino. No worries, Michael. No worries, man. I love your channel, man. I love your family, your spirit, man. It's like I love what you did yesterday, man. Watching that, taking in people. You know, it's like very touching, man. Very touching how you take care of your, and you know, these are just people, neighbors. You know, it's like, because Michael knows, you know, it's like when a storm's coming, these people are living in like light material, getting stormed at, no electricity, they can't cook. You know, it's like, you know, to take people in like that, man, you got a good heart, brother. You got a good heart. I commend you, brother. Hey, be safe and take care. Prayers from Washington State. All right. Thank you, Anton. Everything seems to be okay in the Philippines now. The super typhoon's on its way out, so not the severe damage, at least. You know, I mean, there's gonna be damage for people. There's people affected, but it could have been worse, a lot worse. You know, when it's a super typhoon category. You know, super typhoon Yolanda. You know, in 2013, you know, 6,000 people perished. You know, so I mean, it's this one. You know, prayers worked for the Philippines. Everybody was praying for the Philippines. Colonel, good luck with all that, Mike. Yes. Mike can handle it, man. Mike, you know, Mike is he's pretty what's that, like he's a MacGyver, man. You know, it's like Mike is a MacGyver. He'll manage, man. Or yes, my brother-in-law will drive the quad home. Oh wow, cool, man. That would be fun, man. I wouldn't mind driving that quad home. Thank you, Doug. Okay, Mike, ingat, Mike from Fortune. JP, reference GPS tracker. I wasn't thinking about the people you rent to, but the people who might take it from them. Oh, okay, all right. You don't hear that here, JP. You know, that to me, that really is not a concern. You know, I know, you know, you still have to be safe. You know, you never know. You know, this. You know, you have law enforcement background. You know, I have force protection background in the military, so I understand. You know, even though it is safe, you know, you know, any part of the world, there's always bad element people, but you don't hear that here in Panay Island. You don't. I've never heard of a carjacking here. I've never heard of like somebody getting their motorbike stolen from them. You see motorbikes here all the time, even at the mall. People leave the key on the motorbike, their helmet on the motorbike. I guess because, CCTV, there's CCTV everywhere. And like I've said many times on the live stream, like in Calibo, if you do anything in Calibo bad, if you're like, you steal or you take some item that don't belong to you, they see you on CCTV or they catch you, man, you're gonna get a whooping. The police ain't gonna be in a hurry to save you. That's just how, the mob will like beat you down. It's like, you do not want to, the province is like, people watch out for everybody here. It's like, even with Leanna, when she goes to school, the guide, the road traffic guy there to walk the kids to school, the people there, people watch out for everybody. You just have community, I think. It's like, you do not want to do anything bad here, because if they catch you, not only will you get a beat down, you're gonna be like plastered on Facebook. Or every single relative you have, they're gonna see you, that you're an embarrassment to your family. There is no like, like sensitivity here, political correctness, or your face is gonna be, you're gonna have a mugshot and you're gonna be plastered on Facebook, and everybody in Calibo is gonna know you. Everybody's gonna comment, oh, I know that guy, I went to high school with that guy, he was terrible and nice. You will be well known like that, and who wants that, right? Who wants to be ostracized like that? That's why I think, I'm not worried about the motorbike getting stolen. You can put tags on your items to track them online. Ooh, all right. Good to know. Now that I know, it's like, this is the first I've heard about this GPS and tag. So I'll research it now. Maybe hide it on the motorbike. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know how these things work, man. I wasn't even really thinking about that. I would still GPS tag the bike because someone could snag it off the street. All right, Lowell. I will. I'll take everybody's advice, because you guys got good advice. You got more experience about this stuff. Please give up, guys. Like this channel and subscribe to this channel. Thank you, Michael W. Lowell. Not many bikes get stolen here. That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. But always good. Yeah. I mean, it's like, I'm the same way I'm thinking, like with everybody. Not many motorbikes get stolen, but it wouldn't hurt, right? It wouldn't hurt that if it does, to track it GPS. I wouldn't mind installing that. I was watching Cebu flood videos this morning, and it was overwhelming. Yes. Unfortunately, that to me, my honest opinion about that, it had to do something with the flood control projects, and then the subdivisions that, the gated communities that got flooded, they built those communities in like flood prone area. It's like near a river, near the ocean, so, part of like, developing, maybe somebody wasn't thinking about that. And then the flood control that I saw that collapsed, they actually just finished it November of 2024. So the people that they interviewed before November 2024, they didn't have flooding in their areas. The flood control that they built supposedly to get the water away from the city and into the ocean, it collapsed. An area collapsed. So instead of going to the ocean, it went to the subdivision. So, I'll leave it at that, because somebody already gave me a hard time about that. Thought I was wrong, but that's what I'm reading. It's like, because I was mentioning yesterday, Iloilo City used to be 20 years ago. A lot of flooding used to happen in Iloilo City. So now they had a flood project 20 years in the making in Haro to like when it rains to filter all the water into the ocean. And they got hit. The same Typhoon Tino that hit Cebu City also made landfall in Iloilo City, and they didn't get flooded in Iloilo City. So I'll just leave it at that. I'm not saying you can decide for yourself, but the one city got flooded and one city didn't get flooded. I am setting the bar pretty high for a rifle shirt. I know, right? You know, you're putting the pressure on yourself, JP. That shirt better be banging, man. That shirt better be like, whoa. I'll be like, whoa, what a shirt. You know, I'll be better like the fish shirt, man. Prayers for all who are suffering from the storm. Amen. Amen. Thank you, Michael W. Prayers, of course. Even though there's the storm of, that super typhoon's gone. Many are leaving the shelters now, going back to their homes, and I guarantee you, some of the homes aren't there anymore. Some of the homes, the damage to their homes, they're going into like debris in their land. It's like a lot of clearing up to do. Prayers, definitely prayers go out to the families affected, because the suffering don't stop. The suffering don't stop when the typhoon leaves. But it's the start of people start rebuilding. If their house got taken by the typhoon, got damaged to the typhoon, they start the rebuilding. And for a lot of people, that's money's always an issue for a lot of people here. Gotta go now. All right, Michael. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Take care, all. Take care. JP, thriving. All right, thriving. That is good to know. Good to know. Derek, 208. All right, 200. Medicare is gonna cost me $208 a month. Man, that's gonna hurt, man. My Social Security is, to get taken out $200 a month. That's $2,400 a year, man. That's steep. That's steep. That's more than the $400 that I pay for Dazzle and I now for a TRICARE. But hey, I gotta have TRICARE for Dazzle and I here in the Philippines. JP, even if you wore the T-shirt, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. That's funny. The pressure is on JP, man. Like I said, I'm sure the shirt is good, JP. I'm sure the shirt is. I thought about having a no balut T-shirt made up in bright yellow. No balut T-shirt. Now you're trying to get kicked out. Now you're trying to get kicked out. You no balut. You're gonna get stares like no balut. What's wrong with this guy? What's wrong with no balut? But no balut for me either. No balut. Jamin Ben, as an immigrant from India, we're here to take your kids' jobs. We get free housing. All right. No. All right. JP and Tom Brock, I am fellow Washington resident for 8 more weeks. Wow, 8 more weeks. Time is flying by, man. I saw a sign the other day, how many days left for Christmas. So I'll keep an eye on that, because I know when the countdown to Christmas gets low, JP's on his way here. Paul Morgan, hello Gino Dazzle. Hope all is well. Yes, everything is well. Everything's back to no more rain. That sun appeared a little bit for here, so praying. Thank you for your prayers, Paul. Appreciate it, my brother. Said hi. MRMM Live said hi. All right. The Colonel. The Colonel. Before forgetful, I've left my key in the motorbike at the malls and other places, but so far it's always there when I know exactly. It's like I see it all the time, Colonel. When I go to the mall, there's a big parking area at City Mall where it's all motorbikes, like 100 motorbikes. I'm sure some of it is employees, some of it is like customers at City Mall. And just walking by it, I'll see like 2-3 motorbikes with like the key in the ignition. So and helmets, right? Helmets on top of the handlebar. They just sit their helmet like that. It's like I said, you don't want to be caught doing bad things here. It's like people, plus it's don't belong to you. So to me, it's like you just don't see it. You don't see it. Same in Thailand. All right, good to know. Good to know that it's same in Thailand, Colonel. There are thieves, but few. Like I said, I would not say that every, no thieves, but anywhere you go, there's always bad element. But for the most part, I'm not worried about anything here being stolen. RMM Live, Monterrasa de Cebu. All right. Hey Dean, hey buddy. Yeah, negative on the balloon. Negative on the balloon. Hey, I'm with you. I'm with you there, Dean. I'm not a balut fan either. You know, it's like the Colonel. Yes, sad for Cebu. I'll be there on 17th to the 20th. My friend lost a fan. Oh, so sad. All right, man. Prayers to your friend, man. That's horrible. That's horrible to lose a loved one like that. You know, like to lose it on a flood. Dean, Colonel. All right, RMM. All right. Okay, I got to the bottom of the comments. I didn't really have a topic today. I just wanted to like update everyone on the typhoon. Let me see if I have any more pictures to share. I'm always looking at apartments here in Calibo because I'm always ready because I know people always ask me about apartments in Calibo, apartments in Boracay, in Aklan. So I'm always like contacting people. Like when I see a new listing, I go like, "Ooh, that looks kind of nice," and I make a connection with the owner. That way, I'm ready. But looks, like from my notes here, it says that the Typhoon Uwan should be out of the Philippine area of responsibility by tonight. Guaranteed by tonight. They'll be away. Hopefully, no more rains in the areas that it affected. JP, the hard-boiled eggs you saw at 7-Eleven looked fine to me. Yeah, I think, the reason they have a hard-boiled egg there right beside the cup of noodles, Filipinos, when they do the cup of noodles, they like to put a hard-boiled egg in it. I noticed that at 7-Eleven. Every time somebody makes like a cup of noodles with the hot water, they open it up there, they put the hot water, they always buy a hard-boiled egg and they put it in the cup of noodles. I've seen that a few times, So, that's, I wondered why out of everything there, it's like a hard-boiled egg, It's like, like somebody would actually just eat a hard-boiled egg. And then I saw that's why it's right beside the noodles. I should have also filmed, I wasn't even thinking because I was just filming so fast. There's also an area, it's by the cashier. The cashier has like a couple of microwaves. And there's a whole shelf there, a refrigerated shelf with like different types of microwavable food, from like pasta, carbonara, spaghetti. They got Filipino, inasal, chicken, rice, silog. Everything comes in like a microwavable thing. And then you just pick it and they'll microwave it for you, and then people eat. 7-Eleven is big here, in our province anyway. I can't think of a town here in Aklan. The 17 towns, 17 municipalities, pretty much all the towns have a 7-Eleven. Some towns having more than, I know in Calibo, man, there's got to be at least 10 7-Elevens in Calibo. That many. Here in Numancia, we got 2 now. Katiklan, I know, got a couple. So very popular, very popular. And like I said, they always have like a refrigerated, where you can see it, when you can see the items, pasta, all kinds of microwavable meals. The musubi, the spam. I should have filmed it. Yeah, I should have filmed it, but I was still half asleep. It was 6 a.m. and I was like, I saw the donuts and like, oh, donut. It's like I start building. Next time I go to a 7-Eleven, when I do my morning walk, hopefully one of these days it's not raining, I'll do my morning walk for JP here in our community. I'll walk over to a 7-Eleven. I'll film some of the food. I mean, it's a good selection. It's a whole refrigerated glass shelf, and you can see all the microwavable foods that they have there. Very popular here. People always eat merienda, eat dinner at 7-Eleven here. That's why they have all those benches and tables inside and outside. Our 7-Eleven is always busy. At sunset all the way up to midnight, there's always people. And somebody asked me, is it open 24 hours? Yes, The 7-Eleven is open 24 hours, 7 days a week here. It never closes. I don't think it even closes for the holidays because I've seen it open during holidays. There's always, they got JP was even mentioning the merchandise. It seems like it's growing. They're adding more and more merchandise at that 7-Eleven. Have a good day, Gino. All right, Colonel. All right, thank you for joining the live stream, Colonel. JP, thanks everyone. Thanks. My wife has spicy sisig. Ooh, nice spicy sisig as a chef special now. Oh man, I bet that is like a big seller, spicy sisig. It's popular on base and is one of I know, a favorite here for many, Dean. A lot of people in the Philippines, especially the beer drinkers. I usually hear when you go to any resto bar here, including our resto bar when we had a resto bar in Malay, usually you get a bucket, right? You get a bucket of beer, 6 bottles in a bucket, free sisig. Free sisig is always like you get a free sisig, a hot plate, a sizzling plate of sisig with a bucket of beer. That's pretty standard. Pretty much any resto bar you go, that's usually an attraction for you to try the resto bar. It's a free sisig with a bucket of beer. All right, I got to the bottom of the comments again. Sounds perfect. I know, right? Sounds perfect. Sounds perfect, Dean. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining the live stream this morning. I really appreciate it. Appreciate everyone's support. Thank you for all the prayers during the typhoon. You know, it's like I'm glad not many got affected, but of course, you know, there's recovery still. There's like damage to people's homes. So let's pray for the people. Hopefully everybody gets back to normal. What happened to our resto bar? We gave it up. For one, I got sick. You know, I got diagnosed with cancer. So one of the things my oncologist tells me with my cancer, I'm 2.5 years now without cancer free, no stress, right? No stress. And running a resto bar, unfortunately, there's stress involved, you know. And I'm retired, you know. When I first got into, like, I had a partner on the resto bar too, 50-50 partnership. And I was mostly going to be a silent partner. Unfortunately, when the business kicked off, it needed my help because I had the experience. I'm older. People respected me, so I had to step up so that the business could go going. But and now, you know, it's like I can't handle that kind of stress. You know, my cancer might come back because of that. So I had to give it up. I had to give up the resto bar. Hey, good morning, Ruben. All right, you're at the end, man. You're at the end. I'm already saying my goodbyes, Ruben. Ruben, he's in Calibo. He's a local now here in Calibo. He's 11 months living in Calibo now. He's a local now, a local Calibohonan, or however they call the local Calibo people. Thanks, Gino. Homebound Pinoy. Thanks, Gino. You're welcome. Welcome to the Honda Click family. I know, Ruben. It's really nice. You'll see it, I'm sure. You'll see the Honda Click. It's supposed to get delivered today. I'm going to show you real quick that it is, before I end the live stream here, that it is getting sunny here. The sun is coming out. It's warming up even inside the house here. So it looks like we're going to have a good day here in Numancia, Aklan. Right there, you can see the sun is finally out. It's still wet, you know, it's been raining all night, most of the morning here, but at least the sun is out. There's still some clouds, so it still might rain today, but good to see the sun after a couple of days of rain here in Aklan province. Flip the screen over. All right, let me just see here. Michael said hi. Good AM, Ruben from Fortune. All right, I'm gonna end the live stream. Thank you everyone for joining the live stream this morning. I appreciate everyone. And everyone, please stay blessed. Take care, everyone.